Now, there are a number of trades that we could go out there and talk about. Maybe not the biggest number of trades, but Scott Laughton got moved, Bobby McMahon got moved. But I wanted to talk about the 2 Canucks trades, because Patrik Allvin actually did something. Maybe they're not the most amazing trades, maybe one of them technically is a downgrade. But they're trades nonetheless, and we can dive into them here. Darren Dreger tweeted out that the Vancouver Canucks had traded forward David Kampf to the Washington Capitals for a 6th round pick. There you go. That's it, eh? A 6th round pick for David Kampf, a guy that the Vancouver Canucks signed out of necessity, really, earlier on in the season. We all know the story by now. David Kampf was a Toronto Maple Leaf, and he wasn't really getting any playing time with that team. He was chilling in the AHL, and so he said, hey, sorry, Toronto, I want to make Team Czechia at the Olympics. I'm not going to be scouted. I'm not going to be given an opportunity to do that if I'm just chilling in the farm. Please terminate my contract and let me sign somewhere where I'm needed. And that's what he did. He signed a 1-year, $1.1 million contract with Vancouver, and then he played decently well, enough to get himself a call to go to the Olympics. He played at Milano Cortina, had 3 points in 5 games, and supposedly that was good enough for the Washington Capitals to express interest in Kampf as a potential bottom 6 option heading into the playoffs. Playoffs? I don't know about that, actually. No, they just traded away John Carlson. They just traded away Nick Dowd. Ah, that's it. Kampf is the Dowd replacement. However which way you want to shake it from the Washington point of view, the Vancouver Canucks essentially got a free 6th round pick out of this entire thing. Who knew? Seeing all your centers get injured would open the door to getting a free 6th round pick at some point down the line. But it's not just David Kampf on the move. Vancouver also traded Lukas Reichel to Boston for a 6th round pick as well. So it's double 6ths over here for Patrik Allvin and the Vancouver Canucks as Lukas Reichel ends up going over to the Bruins. And again, as I had mentioned earlier in the video, this is technically a backwards deal. Because if you remember, back in October, the Vancouver Canucks gave away a 4th round pick to get Reichel in the first place. So they make this trade, October 2025, 4th round pick, and then just a few months later at the trade deadline, they trade him away for a 6th round pick because Lukas Reichel just really isn't that good, and he's got, I'd say, 0 value as an NHL projectable player. I can't believe that he went for the same price as David Kampf. I guess age is doing a lot of heavy lifting there because Lukas Reichel is only 23 years old, so he still has a lot of time to get better and to grow and to become a better NHL player, but no. The guy played on the worst team in the league and couldn't muster up more than 2 points. Very frustrating situation for Lukas Reichel. David Kampf is 31, so it's not like he's got any more developing that he can do. But Patrik Allvin was really weird in this year's trade deadline. The Canucks end up hanging on to Teddy Bluger. They also hung on to Evander Kane. At the end of the trade deadline day, they were able to move Kampf and Reichel, but these guys were not traded. How questionable is that? Let's go out there and take a look at some of the replies over here to this tweet. Shows you what the league thinks of Evander Kane? Yeah, I would probably go out there and agree with that. Had to keep Kane. He's a good veteran and a culture guy for the younger players. Surprised the team didn't want Bluger as a safety guy. Good depth guy who could kill penalties. You know, I was about to say, wait a minute, if David Kampf got traded, how did Teddy Bluger not get traded? But then I was like, wait a minute, it was Washington that got David Kampf. They're not really like the strongest playoff contender team anyway. Right? And other centers that got moved around, I mean, Braden Shen? Robert Thomas didn't get moved. Elias Pettersson's still in Vancouver. It's very, very bizarre the way this year's trade deadline went. But with all that said, it seems like these are the 2 moves that Vancouver ended up making. Kampf and Reichel, goodbye guys. Welcome to Vancouver, 2 6th round picks. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about both of these trades, as well as the fact that Vancouver did not move these two, Kane and Bluger. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.